Your personal mission statement is a beautifully written lie. Most people think these statements guide their life. They are wrong. The truth is, that eloquent paragraph about integrity and passion you wrote in a workshop has almost zero influence on your actual day-to-day decisions. Smart, successful people disagree violently on this. Some see a mission as an essential North Star, while others see it as corporate jargon poisoning personal ambition. Where do you stand? By the end of this, you might trade your compass for a filter. The standard advice tells you to find your why, to combine your passions, your skills, and your values into an inspiring sentence. You get something like, to use my creativity and compassion to make a positive impact on the world. It feels good. It sounds noble. It hangs on your wall and gathers dust. The moment a real-world trade-off appears, that statement offers zero guidance. Imagine you get 2 job offers. One pays double your current salary, but the company's ethics are flexible. The other pays less, but its work aligns perfectly with making a positive impact. What do? Your mission statement just sits there, reflecting the conflict you already feel. It describes the battlefield. It offers no strategy for winning the war. That sounds convincing, but there's a problem. A life without a guiding North Star feels adrift. If you only focus on concrete practical choices, you risk optimizing for a life you don't actually want. You can build a perfectly efficient career ladder leaning against the wrong wall. The proponents of the values-first approach argue that the mission's purpose is inspirational. It's a reminder of the person you aspire to be, especially on days when the tactical details are grinding you down. It's the cathedral you're building, not just the stone you're cutting. Without that vision, the daily work becomes meaningless toil. The paycheck becomes the only metric that matters, and a life measured only in dollars is a spiritual bankruptcy. And yet, the other side has its own blind spot. That blind spot is the seductive nature of abstract virtues. Words like integrity, excellence, and growth are easy to claim and impossible to disprove. They allow for self-deception on an industrial scale. You can tell yourself you're committed to growth while spending every evening watching television. You can champion integrity while cutting small ethical corners at work. The words provide cover. The alternative approach is brutally different. It replaces a mission statement with a decision filter. This system is built from hard, verifiable, and often painful rules. It is an algorithm for action. What does this look like in practice? It starts with inversion. Instead of defining the person you want to be, you define the actions you will never take and the outcomes you will never accept. This is the principle of via negativa. You define the good by systematically eliminating the bad. A vague mission of, I want to be healthy, becomes a hard filter. I never eat processed sugar on a weekday. A goal of, I want to be financially responsible, becomes a rule. I will never carry credit card debt for more than 30 days. These are binary. You either did or you did not. There is no room for interpretation. There is no room for self-deception. The logic is brutal and effective. Warren Buffett famously illustrated this with his 2-list strategy. He advised his pilot to write down his top 25 career goals, then circle the top 5. The 5 circled goals became the priority. The other 20 became the avoid-at-all-costs list. These were the seductive distractions, the good ideas that would derail him from the great ones. The power of this system is its ruthlessness. A traditional mission statement would encourage you to find synergy between all 25 goals. A decision filter forces you to kill your darlings. It recognizes that your attention is the most finite resource you have, and every yes to something is a no to everything else. That sounds convincing for hard-edged goals like finance and productivity, but it feels cold, mechanical. Where is the room for humanity, for art, for love? Does a parent need a decision filter to raise their child? Does an artist need a binary rule to create? Critics of this mechanical approach argue that it strips life of its nuance. It creates a rigid, anxiety-driven existence, a checklist of self-imposed restrictions. Life's greatest opportunities often arrive unannounced, disguised as distractions from the plan. A rigid filter might block the very breakthrough you've been waiting for. A spontaneous coffee meeting could lead to a new business. A random trip could change your entire perspective. A life lived by algorithm risks missing the beautiful, unpredictable static of being human. And yet, the other side has an answer for this. The solution is to elevate the filter's design. It comes from the military. from the concept of commander's intent. In a chaotic battle, a detailed multi-page plan is useless after the first shot is fired. Subordinates on the ground need to adapt. So a good commander provides two things: the objective and the reason for it. For example, our intent is to seize the northern bridge by 0600 hours in order to prevent enemy reinforcements from crossing the river. That's it. This simple statement allows a squad leader to make their own decisions. If the bridge is destroyed, they know to find another way to block the river. The how is flexible, the why is fixed. A personal mission statement built on this principle is radically more effective. It has two parts. First, a single measurable, time-bound objective. Second, the ultimate purpose that objective serves. For example, my intent is to achieve a net worth of $1 million by age 40 in order to have complete control over my time and be geographically independent. This is a filter. Every decision, a job offer, a major purchase, a new project, can be passed through it. Does this action move me closer to or further from that specific financial goal for that specific reason? It provides the strategic clarity of the values approach with the tactical bite of the rules approach. It's a system for making hard choices easier. It allows for flexibility because you can change your tactics as long as you are still serving the core intent. This is a powerful framework, but it still focuses on an external outcome, a net worth, a career goal. What about internal character, the person you are while you are executing the plan? This is where the two sides of the debate might finally connect. The final layer of a functional mission is an identity statement. This isn't about what you want to achieve, it's about who you choose to be. But unlike the vague platitudes we started with, this identity is proven by the filters you enforce. The rules become the evidence for the identity. Imagine you adopt the identity: I am the kind of person who finishes what they start. That sounds like a nice affirmation. On its own, it's useless, but you pair it with a hard rule, a decision filter: I will never take on a new project until my current one is shipped. Or, I will work on my most important project for 1 hour every morning before checking my email. The rule is the physical manifestation of the identity. The actions are votes you cast for the person you are becoming. The filter is the ballot box. Each day you follow the rule, you become that person, neurologically and behaviorally. The identity provides the why, the filter provides the how. One is the soul, the other is the skeleton. This transforms the mission from a passive statement into an active practice. It's a living system. Your core intent defines the destination. Your identity defines the character of the traveler. And your hard binary filters are the daily steps you take on the journey, cutting a clear path through the fog of distraction. The abstract virtue of discipline becomes the simple, non-negotiable act of doing the work. The goal of creativity is served by the rule: write 1,000 words a day, no matter what. The mission is no longer a noun, a thing you have. It becomes a verb, a thing you do. So what's the right system for you? Is it a North Star, a beautiful and aspirational vision of your best self, meant to inspire you from a distance? A vision that reminds you why the struggle matters, even if it offers little help in the trenches of daily trade-offs? Or is it a ruthless filter, an algorithm built from non-negotiable rules and hard boundaries, designed to eliminate distraction and force progress at the risk of feeling mechanical and rigid? So what do you think? Where do you draw the line? Should your life be guided by a beautiful, expansive poem about who you want to become? Or should it be governed by a cold, hard, brutally effective set of rules that defines what you will and will not do?